Hi everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Govs on the Go Staff Spotlight, a podcast featuring staff in the College of Arts and Letters here at Austin Peay State University. My name is Dr. Buzz Hoon. I'm the Dean of the College. I'm also the host of the podcast. And today, my very first guest on this new podcast is Lakota Withrow, Academic Associate to the Dean. So that means you work with me every day.
Every day.
Welcome to the podcast, Lakota.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and this podcast kind of grew out of, over the summer, we had some meetings, and I really wanted to do something to recognize how important our staff were to what we do here at Austin Peay. And I wanted to start with you because, to be honest, I couldn't do my job without you. So thank you for being our first guest.
Absolutely, thank you.
Let's get into the history of Lakota a little bit. Talk to us a little bit about where you grew up and what kind of things that you like to do.
Of course. So I grew up in northern Georgia, right outside of Dalton, Georgia, which is the carpet capital of the world, what everyone knows Dalton for if they've heard of it. Growing up, I grew up a voracious reader. My entire family, we all read daily. That's something that we've always taken great joy in. And my dad would often give us homework assignments when we were reading. So a lot of mine started tending towards history, and one of the first things I remember researching was the Scottish Rebellion and William Wallace and Robert the Bruce. So that kind of naturally led me into my field of study, which was history.
So then your family eventually moved to this part of the country, but what did you do before you came to Austin Peay?
Before I came to Austin Peay, I came to Austin Peay almost right out of high school. I had maybe been graduated a month when my dad got a job here over in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. I don't have any plans. I'd been accepted to a couple of different universities, but I wasn't really committed to anything. And I love to travel. So I was like, this is the opportunity to go somewhere new.
Yeah.
And Austin Peay drew me immediately. Vicinity and looking into what the professors taught, what the options were for classes. I ended up coming to Austin Peay for my undergrad.
So you not only got your degree, or you were gone, but then you end up staying and working with Austin Peay. And I think some people just love the atmosphere of being on a college campus. What drew you to decide to want to work at Austin Peay?
This is something that I've discussed a lot with friends who also work here now after attending here. Kyle Christmas, who was a guest on the alumni edition of the podcast, me and him have talked about this, and something that we all agree on is that Austin Peay has done a lot for us when we were coming here. We had a lot of great experiences here, and from faculty to extracurricular options, and the people we encounter day to day as students. That is something that we want to return. Give that option, give those experiences to people who come in after us. So I got the opportunity to start with the Department of Languages and Literature, and I jumped on it.
And when I came, of course, almost 3 years ago, you had just gotten started in the position in the dean's office, and you were, I think, my very first hire. So that was a good decision on me right to begin with. There are certainly lots of joys and challenges that come with this job. Let's start with the challenges, because I think that sometimes, even though we think that they're challenges at the time, it helps us grow. What are the challenges that you find to this position?
Of course, one of the largest challenges is also one of the biggest joys that I get to take out of this job, and that's helping students. I'll never forget, we had a student who came in when I was down in languages and literature who was having a terrible reaction to something that was, in the large scheme of things, a relatively minor issue, and getting that opportunity to engage with the student. And we've talked about this before. I always approach my job as, I don't know what anyone is going through.
Right.
This is my opportunity to show them compassion and grace and see how I can help them be, even if it's the worst day of their life, I can be a calming, a kind of a calm point in the storm. So getting that option to help calm them, show them, like I said, show them mercy and grace, and direct them how I can. In the dean's office, I don't get as much experience getting to work with students, but one of the things that we get to do is at the start of every semester, first 2 days of classes, we sit out in the lobby of Harnett Hall. We usually provide coffee or breakfast or something and give directions to students. So there's always something new and challenging when it comes to dealing with people. That's just the nature of the business. People are complicated, people can be messy, but people are also the solution.
That's good. And I've noticed personally that, we've lots of opportunities, as you said, to help students. And I know that you feel that you're an introverted person. And so these are opportunities that you get outside of your comfort zone. And, and you do such a good job. You're always volunteering to help out at the birthday cookie distribution, or at a lunch or dinner, and I always appreciate all that. So what are the joys? What do you think are some of the really fun things? You've kind of mixed some of them up, but is there anything that you haven't mentioned?
What I haven't mentioned, getting the opportunity to step outside of my role. You've given me a lot of opportunities to explore other tasks that it normally wouldn't fall to me. Getting to serve on hiring committees and exploratory committees. So getting those options to grow my skill set outside of what would just normally be the administrative assistant's role.
So let's talk a little bit about when you're not working. What do you like to do when you're home? Obviously, you still like to read.
I still like to read. When I'm in the office, I'm listening to an audiobook while I'm working away. So I still read when I'm at home. I don't watch as much TV as I used to. One thing that I've really started enjoying doing is going back in and reading the classics and just some different options. Right now I'm working through C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity.
Oh, sure.
But outside of that, I like older films. My favorite has been The Count of Monte Cristo, which is also a classic book that I've not even attempted starting yet. It's just one of those that's a little bit too daunting right now.
Right.
And I've got 2 dogs. I've got 2 Great Pyrenees that I love to spend time with and play with them. And
you also you've got a great family that you enjoy spending time with, which I think is a great support for you as well.
Yep, absolutely. I've got an older sister who lives back in Georgia that I get to see very often. And then I've got a little brother who's like 18 years younger than I am. A huge age difference there. So getting to see him grow up and be a part of his formation has been amazing.
Well, I can appreciate that you often are listening to music while you work, and many times I come to the office, I accidentally scare you, which I can understand when I just kind of come bursting in with my latest need. But like it or not, we get to spend lots of time together. So my next question is, if someone asks you what I'm really like, what's your answer?
My answer has always been and always will be that you're a good person. You care about you care about your people. You're compassionate. There have been times where any of us have come to you with an emergency or what seems to be an emergency in our case, and take the day off. Go deal with the issue. I never have to worry about letting you know about an issue that's come up. So you're a good person.
Oh.
I never have to worry about coming and talking to you about something, even when it's a work issue. I get to come in and sit down and say, we need to have a conversation. Here's a situation that I've got to deal with. How should I address this? And you always are willing to have those conversations.
Well, I appreciate that. Now we're going to have to edit this out of the out of the show, but I do appreciate what you've said to me, and I really feel like you are an essential part of the team. We're grateful to have you, and I know asking you to be the first guest on this podcast was, again, getting you out of your comfort zone, which, again, I appreciate, because a lot of times people don't like talking about themselves, and hopefully we'll be able to alleviate the concerns of the rest of the admins around campus that we're going to interview, because we have some terrific people, and I definitely thank you for being our very first guest.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And thanks for all of our listeners and viewers for checking out the podcast. Make sure to continue to do so, as we will profile some of the outstanding staff members we have here in the College of Arts and Letters at Austin Peay State University. So until next time, stay safe, take care, and God bless.